Hello and welcome back to Tale of Two Wastelands. I'm Vic and you're watching yet another Let's Play channel, and I am just continuing to sneak attack my way through the town of the brainwashed ghouls. So I did pick up, another Ulysses log. Let's listen to that. Oh yeah, the other one got moved.
Emptiness here, like the sands of the great salt lake, echoed, the beating in the divide sky, like storm drums of the white legs, ran with them on the salt beds at Caesar's command. Cut the throats of the two-headed bear, cut all communities off. Use storm, sky, disease, fire, starvation, and the violence of the ignorant to ruin all who could. Might stand against him, but the white legs, they couldn't live on their own like most scavengers, so gave them purpose, turned their hunger into a weapon. The wall of New Canaan, too high for Caesar, too proud maybe, or maybe something there from his past that needed killing. Memory of Graham. Help them dig out Canaan's supply caches and other secrets the sands hid. Bunkers filled with powered weapons even the Brotherhood might desire. They call these new weapons storm drums in the firing of shells. Taught them the power in the casings to channel the spirits in their guns. Me, they called me the flag bearer. Glory in my hand, in my staff that still bore the weight.
Starting combat.
World.
Just kidding.
A symbol on my back did. I learned their weapons as a means of respect, and when it came their turn to pay respect to me, history can't escape what's been done. History's there, no matter how far you walk.
Well, he does like to talk, doesn't he? Very, very up his own ass is what that one is. That's a lot of gore. Oh, am I stuck? Not yet. Okay. Oh, there's a blue one over there. Okay, guess I'm going down here. Is that a red glare? Is it coming to me?
Sneaking gun, fighting now.
I disarmed him.
Cessation of hostilities complete.
Alright, so I have a red glare now. Dead. Is that so? Well, we got... Oh, that's not a poster that I care about, apparently. Oh, and there's another one. Laser detonator. I can detonate nuclear warheads. Doesn't that sound like a good idea? Point it at a warhead, hold down the trigger, and watch the explosion. I'll need to find the correct warhead and detonate it. So do you think that there's such a thing as an incorrect warhead? What was that
Time
about?
to fight.
Those large explosions are rather upsetting. How many more friends are we going to make up here? I have the high ground. What do you guys think about that? Yeah, they don't think anything about that.
Fighting over.
They don't even own brains anymore. Alright, so I should probably hotkey that detonator, right? So what are we gonna do? You know what? I'm not using that plasma rifle anymore. So we will laser detonator. Can't even see any from here. Can I see one from over here? Also, the idea of just like standing around and setting off a nuke the next block over, very, very silly. Like, we're talking about nukes here, guys. And did you see how large that warhead is? We're not talking about fat boys. We're not talking about mini nukes. No, no, no. We're talking about biggins. Oh, is it daytime? Can I have him repair a weapon again for me? Come on. There we go. Alright. No need to linger here. Oh, oh, oh. Nope. Double nope. 2 whole tease posters. Ah, but there's a real one. Alright. Here we go. And no one heard from the courier ever again. Because he was dead. Because he set off a nuke at what might as well have been point blank range. I didn't notice. Was there a counter for that? Is there a Chivo for setting off all the nukes?
Starting combat. Just kidding.
Yeah, you a funny girl. There's definitely more of thems. There's one. They didn't really work too hard at the animation, did they? That one I just set off because it was there, I guess. Well, there were enemies there before, so I suppose had they remained, they would have been upset by those circumstances. Alright. Alright, we got another one over here. Yeah. Come on, Edward. Oh yeah, there we go. Detonated all the warheads. There's actually a Chivo.
Ready, steady, fighting.
For detonated all the warheads. Boop. 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 Ooh, he had a fancy head. And a name. Alright, there's another one, but he can't see us from here. Blade of the West. Did I just find Andoril? Oh, there you are. Get booped.
Fighting over.
So, Blister. You got anything fun? Not that fun. It's faster to just mash E, isn't it? I do believe that fight was the first time we've ever seen somebody use a flare gun correctly. Are these tents? Tents built out of rubble? $74. I'm not sure why people would be building tents out of rubble. But then I'm not sure why people would be becoming ghouls either. Alright. Aha. Oh, you're into that, huh, EDE? Personally, I think it's a little bright. You know what I mean? And maybe a little burny. Alright, so we got a white mark over there. I have not yet discerned any... Ooh.
I don't believe it. Grant actually went to Colonel Autumn and got approval for her damned efficiency guidelines. All experiments will be carried out with the test subject fully active to reduce iteration time. It's barbaric. I've explained this to the Colonel. Just because the iBots don't have true AI doesn't mean they're just machines. I guess results are all that matter around here. Forget things like ethical procedures or humane treatment. I'm starting to have serious misgivings about leadership around here. At least I've got you to talk to, huh, Eddie?
Whitley was really protective of his iBots, huh? I've met enough robots to know you're more than just machines. I can see why you left that place. I hope they got what was coming to them. Let's press on. It's interesting that that's where they land. Oh, that's a death claw. What? It's interesting that that's where they land on AI, because I think that lots of people think that LLMs are AI, and spoiler alert, they're not. But, given that, I do think that most people would agree that if it's got the capacity to experience distress when you modify it, that's
You're my best friend forever.
probably on the side of at least intelligent enough that it's immoral to torment it like that. On the other hand, you know, I mean, for one thing, in times of war, and for another, there are always going to be closed-minded people that are just... What it comes down to for them is it's not human, so it doesn't count. Now, what was... What was the name of the thing that I just picked up? Bravo Team mission orders. At 600 hours, Bravo Team will conduct sweep and clear operations in advance of main force. Early intelligence suggests the tunnels are only sparsely populated by small, subterranean semi-humanoids, which are easily cowed by bright light and loud noises. Bravo Team has been issued flashbang grenades for this purpose and is expected to meet limited resistance. And that is why they're dead. And there's some more dead ones. Well, you guys did better than they do at my hands, because I don't let them keep their heads. There's a duffel. Why you would be carrying a glass pitcher around in your duffel, I do not know. You can go home, courier. Oh, look at you. You're silly. Oh, and apparently you got stinky holes, which I'm so glad I got to say that today. And look at that. There we go. You guys and your stinky holes. Oh. Oh. Hello.
Was that all?
Don't worry, we're gonna find some more stinky holes for sure. I guess there are no further survivors of Alpha Team or Bravo Team or whoever the fuck got themselves rocked back there. Well, where are they? Oh, there we go.
Looks pretty tough.
No, not you. Yes, you. Are you... He is. He's under the ground.
Was that all?
And you got him anyway. Good job, EDE. Boop. Boop. Oh, man. That was not a view that we needed, especially with the bulge. All right. Are we going to be done with the land of the stinky holes soon? What do we got over here? Somebody's last stand. At least you had a teddy with you. Okay. Oh, all right. All done with that.
There you are. You went quiet for a time. Thought you might have returned to Vegas, its comforts. Maybe you took that machine with you. There's a lesson here, in the divide. Old world history about holding on to something so tightly it breaks or falls apart. May have seen the cracks in Vegas's walls already. If so, they'll grow in time, no matter how much you back House.
Man, you think I'm backing House? You're so small-minded. The future is what I prefer.
Your future with House has two roads. The road the tribals in Vegas want, their spirits crushed. Or your face on a robot servant, smiling forever in a dead casino. There's future in neither.
See, you just got no imagination. What do you have against Vegas?
Vegas is old world, filled with old world ghosts. And ghosts need the living to do their work. That's why the families are there, why the bear stumbles there to lose itself. It's a dance. I don't know its purpose. You've seen the wall. It's what's inside that worries me.
What do you mean it's a dance?
That's the wrong word. Theater is better. The families, the bear, all on a stage. House, he's the one watching. The why, you'd know better than I would. If you don't, you will.
Yeah, you don't get it. I doubt you've ever met House.
No, only seen his works. Those he's broken with light and gold. His messengers. But everything in Vegas speaks of someone who can't let it go. House sticks a shovel to history's graves, props up the dead, then puts words in their mouths. The tribes don't even know how they were broken. Not a world I want to be a part of. Going through motions until we're all smiling faces on some robot's screen.
The Mojave is behind us.
The high road. Not the divide yet. Many more miles to walk. But you got this far. You and that machine that shadows you. Wasn't sure if both of you'd make it. Above, then below the underpass.
What were the creatures in the stinky holes?
Tunnelers. Predators that make their own roads beneath the ground here. Divide broke their sky, showed them the world above, and the scent of new prey. Be a slower death for the Mojave than bombs and fire, but they'll come before its people, from where they least expect, below.
Radiation from the war might have created them.
Makes sense. Truth favors that. Matches the history of this place. Were signs they were here for a long time. Before marked men. before what happened to the divide cracked their sky. If so, they were buried deep. Might have been born the day America's embers started to settle. Seen worse things twisted by radiation.
You mean they're spreading out from the divide?
Death will come from below. In the divide, need to watch the sky and the ground. Mojave will be easy prey for them. They'll start emerging throughout the Mojavean tide. Might be years, probably less. They breed fast, hunt in groups, more than enough to bring down the strongest in the Mojave, once they draw blood. Seen them tear apart Deathclaws. Deathclaw might get some, but the rest will swarm it, tear it apart, like Denver hounds.
Yeah, okay, so this is one of the fan theories about what might have happened to New Vegas between the end of the game and the end of Season 1 of the Fallout show. Is that the tunnelers spread across the Mojave and brought it down. You've been to Denver?
Mojave and the Divide are the only places I've walked. Walked the east, too, before the bull came. Then, much like the Mojave before the bear, tribes, towns, clutching to life. Bull did a better job.
Better job of what? Those legionnaires wore Legion armor and strange masks and blades.
You haven't seen enough of the Legion yet to see what they worship, what they hold on to, even after what happened to them. They bear false versions of Legate Lemus's mask, the one Caesar fashioned for him. Thought it was an insult at first. No better now. It's shaped from divide metal, not with care and strength, but with hate. Keeps them anchored. Crude, effective, like the blades they carry. Distant mirrors of their legate, a symbol they can hold on to, while the divide tears at them.
Other marked men had NCR gear.
For the two-headed bear, NCR, they don't have symbols in the same way Legion does. They revere their mines and explosives, guns. That is their religion. Death from afar. Take pride in it.
They fight side by side with the Legion.
Pain makes for strange allies. The hate the bear and bull shared across the battlefield now turned against the divide. Few survived. Intact. Many NCR were already here when the destruction happened, keeping the route east open in fear of Caesar, fear of the Legion.
The Legion would want to cut this road off if it had been a supply line to Hoover Dam.
The dam, that old world wall. The bear, NCR, couldn't be allowed to reach it easily. Long 15, Cayman, both bad enough. Kimball, Kaiser, House. You'd think their whole world was that wall, cutting the Colorado. If I'd never laid eyes on it, never spoke of it. But once found, it was all Caesar could see. That, and the flag beyond it, another symbol, big enough to challenge him. And the divide, one of the roads to it. Legion was tasked with cutting that artery. If you can't kill the bear in one stroke, bleed it, starve it. That kind of murder. It's what any of the Legion would have done. Now, the divide belongs to history.
So the Legion set off a bunch of underground nukes in order to stop NCR from getting to the dam? I found some recordings.
The tapes. Did didn't think those would be found. You know the divide better than I thought. Had tech from the big empty. Recorder a woman gave me. Didn't survive the road. On its last legs. Cast it and the tapes aside. Weren't worth the words anyway. Not like I'd forget what happened. If you heard them. Nothing but ramblings. Reminders for a man who doesn't need them. Probably more lying from here to the divide.
You wouldn't have recorded those messages if they didn't matter to you.
Maybe not. Who's to say? You, perhaps, found them, heard them after I cast them aside. Maybe there was purpose in that. If they matter, if history matters, we'll see at the end of the road.
Where does the high road lead?
At the end of the high road lies Ashton, its silo. That machine I'm with you, it can open it, wake it up, like it did the one in Hopeville.
You have a lot of hate for the robot with me.
Hate? No. There's nothing to hate in metal, steel, gold, or platinum. You're a machine. It's just a tool, made of wreckage of the divide. All that was brought here.
Alright, I'm not asking that because I'm not with the Legion. This road leads nowhere.
Many in the Mojave think the divide's nothing but canyon and storm. Wasn't always. There was life. A town farther west. Not talking about an old world town like Hopeville. More recent. Something you saw in your lifetime. It had the name, the divide, too. But rather than cracks in the earth, it was a road from the west into the Mojave, a supply line. Took a courier to make that road. You. Back then, you saw the road with eyes facing east. This time, the divide's in the other direction. And if your eyes try to make sense of it when you reach it, home's not what it was.
I'm getting real tired of the squeaky noises in his background. You're saying I walked this road once.
All roads lead back to one's home. Not your birthplace, maybe, but home. Home isn't where you were born into this world. You taught me that. Part of your message, whether you meant it or not, can be a place of mind, a moment where you know who you are, the history of it, and they can be places you breathe life into. Never would have known the divide had it not been for you. The road you made with your tracks again and again. You were the only one willing to make the journey to and from here. A hard road. Kept the land before the divide alive through seasons, storms. Can't have been just a job. Was something more to you. Don't feel for a place that hard unless it's home.
I've walked a lot of hard roads.
It means everything. Even if you deny it, cast it aside, that speaks to what you are, proves what happened here. It was you walking that road that kept the divide alive. It grew from what you did. Settlers, camps, filling that old world city. Chance for a new nation, new beginning, new way of thinking. Could have breathed new life into the Mojave, bridging east, west, like Hoover Dam. But not old world. Something you made. Road was a supply line.
Yeah, this is like arguing with every internet asshole that thinks he knows you better than you do. There is no other supply line to the Mojave beyond the Long 15.
Not anymore. If one existed, the two-headed bear would claim it, and it tried to. NCR saw the worth in that road you made, staked a claim whether it was wanted there or not. True elsewhere in the Mojave. And where the bear tries to cling to life, the Legion comes, bearing messages. Some brought by blade, others by couriers. You knew what was coming, as sure as I know what's coming for you. This time you carry the burden. Walk west into the sun, and keep walking until it dies. There, I'll be waiting.
Okay, well, with that, I am once again over time, so come back and see me again next time, and we will embark on this next leg of our journey. Talk to you soon.
Ready, steady, fighting.